Hi, welcome to Ski Talk with Kevin Palmer, brought to you by skis.com. Today I'm joined by K2 representative Joe Herzog.
Thanks for having me, Kev.
And we're going to go over I think this is honestly my favorite ski in the line just because Seth Morrison is my favorite skier. His personal ski, the Obsethed. This is definitely changed over the years. He's had a pro model for a long time, and this is really his ultimate dream and the refinement of a number of years of work for him.
And that's exactly right. It's the refinement. It's the current status of his refinement that we have to his personal pro model. Seth's obviously a big mountain style skier, and the ski emulates a lot of the things that he thinks are important to him in his style of skiing. Which are, of course, important to a lot of other skiers out there as well.
Yes, there's a lot of people out there that definitely aspire to be Seth.
Wouldn't we all like to ski that well? That's right. But the reality is that this new edition, the new version of the skis we see here, has some interesting refinements indeed.
For sure.
And first and most notable is going to be the fact that we now actually have two distinct different rocker patterns present on the same ski.
Yeah, we've got powder rocker in the tip,
right,
combined with all-terrain rocker in the tail.
Right. Yeah. So with K2 having several different distinct rocker patterns, we can now start to mix this kind of stuff up a little bit. So we began playing with these things. He began playing with these things, and what we come to is that this works best for this application. So you have an all-terrain style tail, once again, which means that you can take that ski out there and ski a lot of different varied conditions and have something underfoot, which is going to work best. Mm-hmm. And then to the front of end of it, we put a dedicated powder style tip, so that when you are out there realizing that you're going to be using the ski, hopefully in a lot more deeper snow, that type of thing, or powder-like conditions, you have what works best up front.
Because Seth, unlike some of the other guys out there that are skiing these big lines these days, he really is more traditional in the fact that he spends most of his time going straight down the hill. He's not skiing switch a ton, and having the powder rocker up front gives him the ability to ski, forwards very aggressively. Yeah. But then he gets a little bit of benefit of the rocker in the tail without it being overpowering with the all-terrain rocker on the back. So that gives him better hard-packed, cruddy snow, because he skis in Alaska a lot where, although everybody dreams of it being the perfect ideal location to ski, the conditions aren't always that.
That's exactly right. So that's a good thing that you point that out, because it wouldn't be evident unless we did, in that the powder rocker does represent a higher degree of rocker, mm-hmm. Versus the all-terrain where it's a little more tame, a little more subdued. Still a healthy amount of rocker, certainly, but the idea being that gives him then a tail to operate with, which is going to be a more stable platform for him.
For sure. And because Seth does like to venture off, we give him the tip and tail hardware here, so he has the ability to throw skis on, or a set of skins on the skis if he likes to feel adventurous.
Absolutely, totally skin compatible.
So for you guys that like to do side country, work for your turns, it's definitely a viable option on the ski.
Right, yeah, you can throw a pair of those into your backpack, and it easily is changed out by our special skin system that we have, where you can remove the lug out of the tip rivet in this case, slap the skin on there real quick, and head uphill. Which
is a nice feature, because a lot of times it's difficult to get a set of skins on a twin tip ski.
Right, yeah, no, we're quite proud of the way that this applies, and it's great to have that ability with all of our higher end as well as adventure skis, where we can add a skin quickly and easily.
For sure. Now, we've talked a lot about the big mountain features of the ski. But one of the things I think that makes this so unique for a ski of this width, because we're talking 117 at the waist, so that's pretty sizable,
right, is
the fact that it has a progressive side cut on it, which makes this very user-friendly for hard-packed conditions.
Exactly right. That particular side cut in our inventory of side cuts lends itself best to really mixing it up on a harder, firmer surface. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's kind of a foreign thought for a lot of people who look at a ski like this, because they look at a ski like this and they think, oh, that's just for soft snow, deep
yep.
snow. But no, here we find a side cut on a ski like this, which really lends itself best in a firmer situation. Thus, versatile.
Can't say it better. So that about sums it up for the Obsethed this year's itineration. The constantly evolving, constantly getting better ski in K2's line. If you're the guy that likes to charge big, ski deep lines, but you still use the lift periodically or most of the time, definitely a ski for you. I'm Kevin Palmer. This is Joe Herzog. Thanks for joining us today on Ski Talk, brought to you by skis.com.